We've got the Law Master, I guess. Here's the thumbnail. Talking about the purest Jedi Master to ever exist, Master Fey, who is in a single issue of the Republic comics. I think when I looked it up, because I saw it was on there, it was Republic number 53. Let me check. Phaetra, if I remember the last name properly. Or is it just Faye? It's just Faye. She's an Arcanian though, so I thought there was a connection to the KOTOR comics, but she's in the Republic comics. Just because I think of Jeriel every time I see an Arcanian. But she's in a flashback in, Republic number 53. So I guess we'll see what he says about her. At least he has a disclaimer about it.
And the thousands of knights and masters that it produced continually attempted to balance out serving the Force itself while also maintaining its commitment to bringing and maintaining justice within the Republic. This, of course, sparked many debates among many masters throughout the Order's era, with some arguing the Jedi were not forceful enough to bring genuine change and justice to those in need in the galaxy, while others believed the Jedi were getting too involved in galactic politics and were straying away from the original core beliefs that the founders of the Order had intended. Perhaps one of the best-known debaters on this issue during the final years of the Jedi Order was Qui-Gon Jinn, who more often than not let the Force itself guide his actions, rather than the wishes of the High Council. Despite his effort, Qui-Gon never was fully able to commit to the Force in the complete manner he desired, whether it be due to his raw human emotions that got in his way, like the one time he went out of his way to prevent the love of his life from dying, despite feeling in the Force that her time had come, or attempting to work within the rules of the Jedi Order itself, and making small compromises from time to time to appease the High Council. While Qui-Gon argued for and made the effort to fully let the Force guide his actions, there was one Jedi Master that actually did completely accomplish this feat. She not only was possibly rewarded by the Force itself for her full devotion to this mysterious element, but likely had one of the most
This looks like AI art. This looks like AI art, by the way. I'm pretty sure it is.
For helping those in need as well. Her name was Jedi Master Fey, and despite her young-looking appearance, she was centuries old, which was a possible result of the Force as a reward to her complete commitment to it. After learning the basics of how to use the Force at the Jedi Temple, Master Fey decided to leave her peers and fully allow the Force to guide her destiny. As a result, over the years she...
It was 5 years ago? Oh, well, I guess it's just fan art? Or it's art from somewhere else? Like, he hasn't put a source on there for it. Like, I don't think it's Faye, because Faye's an Arcanian and has the distinctive markings on her face. So it's some generic Jedi image anyway.
Went on to save thousands of beings in need within the Outer Rim.
It's just so hard to go, well, that's AI or that's good fan art properly nowadays, unless it's got a distinctive style about it.
Even preventing and ending entire wars that took place on chaotic worlds. What's even more impressive is that it was said she never raised her lightsaber for combat, with it also being believed that she didn't even own one, as she had...
Yeah, that's directly, like, right here in the comic. That's Republic number 53. The general thing of this comic is that they're talking about the Jedi that have passed, and having a reflective moment on stories of Jedi past, which is why Master Fey's in a flashback in it.
No use for such a weapon. She likely never killed any being in her entire long life as well, for perhaps those who fully devote themselves to being guided by the Force itself would never need to. Despite her long departures from the temple and likely refusal of being ordered around by the High Council, she was hated by no one, as her actions spoke highly for her successes. Qui-Gon looked up to her and likely strived to become like her one day, but unfortunately never got the chance to do so due to his early death. Master Fey's final mission came during the early stages of the Clone Wars. The Force guided her to the volcanic planet of Queta, where she didn't know what her purpose was for being there until she met up with a group of Jedi that were formally assigned a mission on that planet. They were there to obtain an antidote to counter against a new devastating separatist virus that was unleashed and tested earlier in the war. Believing
Gotta love chemical warfare.
the Force had brought her to the planet to help obtain the antidote that would likely save millions of lives, she joined in with everyone else on the mission. During the mission, the group of Jedi encountered two of Dooku's agents, Ventress and Dirge. As explosions and chaos
Badass
erupted,
Ventress
each
moment.
member of the original Jedi group started to fall one by one, with one master having the unfortunate death of being fully dunked into lava. In the end, only Faye
If it doesn't entice you to read the Republic comics, you can see how brutal it is just from little things like this.
and Obi-Wan Kenobi remained alive. Still determined in getting the antidote from Ventress, who had taken it earlier, Faye summoned the Force and struck Ventress with dozens of small metal scrap, which penetrated her entire body. Standing before the injured Ventress, Faye used the Force to fade her mind away until the Dark Assassin fell into unconsciousness. But before the two remaining Jedi could make their escape, Dirge appeared from above and turned their position into another massive fireball explosion. With her concentration broken from Ventress at the moment, the Dark Assassin was able to awaken and strike against Faye from behind. Two red-bladed lightsabers penetrated Faye's heart, and she was left for dead.
You can see the hilt designs, the Kamari Voices sabers, because I played Bounty Hunter more recently.
On the ground as a result. Obi-Wan, on the other hand, barely hung on from a cliff right above lava, but was spared by the two separatist agents
Consular.
as Dooku had other plans for the
Yeah, she'll be more of a consular than a guardian. The special class. Ah, the special class.
Jedi Master. When Dooku's agents left, Master Faye was able to use what little strength she had remaining to help Obi-Wan up from the cliff's edge. The patch of ground they were both on started to sink, meaning they would have to make an incredibly far jump to stable high ground. Faye knew Obi-Wan wouldn't be able to make it out alive with the antidote at hand all on his own.
I mean, you could be thinking of faction or subdivision of the Order rather than the actual class.
So she sacrificed herself by giving him the last of her strength so he'd have enough power to make the massive jump. When she finished, she fell over before Obi-Wan and peacefully died, joining her brothers and sisters in the Force. Obi-Wan was able to make it off the planet safely with the antidote. He would never forget her sacrifice, believing that had she not made it, the Force truly may have kept her alive forever. Mace Windu comforted Obi-Wan by telling him that by sacrificing herself for him to live with the antidote, she ultimately saved millions of lives, the one thing that both she and the Force she served would have wanted. Thanks for watching this video. Help support the channel by becoming a member on our Patreon page, and be sure to subscribe for more videos
Force
like
Disciple.
this one. And as always,
It's how the Force Disciple looks, but the whole thing of it is she would be more consular based because consulars focus more on using the Force and in combat using the Force and not as much their lightsaber, whereas Guardians will be focused on lightsaber combat more.
may the Force be with you.
Oh, artwork credit. Maxim Pakalov. He did credit the artist. Good on him. Not many people do that. So yes, it's a fan art. And there's a credit. Well, it's a Force Disciple isn't a Jedi. Whereas Master Faye is a Jedi. But you can dip into that class for gameplay reasons if you wish to take one of the talents on the tree or whatever in the RPG. That's where some of us like, yeah, game reasons, not the actual law. Though I guess you're not a disciple of the Force, it's just a particular belief in the Force which follows the Jedi. Yeah. He's pretty on point with that. It says anecdote the whole time.
Any being in
I'm having a moment, but wouldn't it be an antidote? Let me check. Yeah, that was each of the Jedi that died in that mission. Yeah, but wouldn't he be talking about an antidote, but all the whole time he says anecdote? But yeah, this is a comic. It's really cool. You get Dirge and Ventress teaming up. And you get to see both of them in action. It's really cool. So yeah, nice. No, I don't see anything wrong with that. He probably just talked about it. It's probably an easy one to give lore on because you really only have to read one comic. Maybe some source books, but they probably just reference that single issue of the comic.